Tunampeka, tunaenda wote.
Welcome back once again to Frontliner Analysis, and thank you so much for your great support that you are showing me on this platform. Now, my fellow Africans, you can't believe the statement that Mama Samia Suluhu delivered yesterday on Monday during his swearing in as the newly elected president of Tanzania, whereby he was spotted trying to tell African president that the people that have been protesting in Tanzania were not the citizens of Tanzania, but they were foreigners. How?
Tulishindana kwa hoja na sote tulionyesha kuwa siasa sio vita. Tumemaliza vyema uchaguzi na kumpongeza aliyeshinda. Tumesikitishwa na kuhuzunishwa na matukio ya uvunjifu wa amani, upotevu wa maisha na uharibifu wa mali za umma na mali za watu binafsi kwenye baadhi ya maeneo hapa nchini. Haikutushangaza kuona kuwa baadhi ya vijana waliokamatwa kutokana na kadhia hiyo wametoka nje ya Tanzania. Vyombo vyetu vya ulinzi na usalama vinaendelea kufuatilia na kuchunguza kwa undani zaidi kilichotokea na kuirudisha nchi katika hali tuliyoizoea kwa haraka. Nitumie fursa hii kutoa onyo kama mama, kutoa onyo kwa wale wote waliochochea uvunjifu wa amani. Na nawataka watambue kuwa vurugu na uvunjifu wa amani huishia kupimana nguvu na uwezo wa kujihami, ila mazungumzo huzaa mshikamano. Sasa tuchague lenye manufaa kwetu, kwani usalama wa taifa lolote hulindwa na wote kwa nguvu zote na gharama zozote. Na washukuru watazamaji wa kimataifa kuja kushuhudia uchaguzi wetu ulivyofanyika. Walipotusifu tumepokea sifa hizo kwa unyenyekevu mkubwa. Tumesikia pia waliodhani hayakwenda sawa na mengine hata sisi wenyewe tumeyaona. Maagizo
Tunampeka, tunaenda wote. Hapa mje mchukue mwili wenu. Amekogi mabo.
Wale watu wote walikuwa foreigners jameni kweli, hata kama ni kudanganya. Alidanganya vizuri that he won with 98% with a total of 31 million votes. Then again, anjaribu kudanganya watu that the people that were protesting in Tanzania were not Tanzanian people. How surely? Even if you want to lie, why don't you hide your face? Hey! Yani wale wenye walikuwa na protest Tanzania wote walikuwa tu foreigners, surely. And that one shows how the people of Tanzania are still having a long way to go for them to change the dictatorship under the leadership of Mama Samia Suluhu in the previous years, because there is nothing that the people of Tanzania can do now apart from taking Mama Samia Suluhu to ICC. Hakuna kenye wanaweza fanya sasa, because that woman is now lying. Surely. Wale wenye walikuwa wana protest wote. Then what happened yesterday during the swearing in of the newly elected president of Tanzania was a bloody crown. It was not a genuine crown, and that's the reason why even some of the African presidents did not attend the swearing ceremony of Mama Samia Suluhu, because they have been witnessing what have been happening in Tanzania in the last 5 days since presidential voting occurred. And lastly, billionaire Mo Ibrahim have also criticized the inappropriate and unacceptable Tanzanian election, as President Samia Suluhu have already sworn in as the newly elected president, where he calls out autocratic traits that many African leaders will never admit to publicly.
Dr. Mo Ibrahim is one of the biggest defenders of democracy in Africa. You talk about governance a lot. You've made it your life's mission. President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania just got inaugurated today. Your reaction? Because there were a lot of protests in the country.
Yeah, I think it's really inappropriate and unacceptable to ban the main opposition party from elections. How can you have an election without the main parties? I think imprisonment also of the opposition leaders was not necessary. I mean, the election commission said that President Samia, she got 98% of the votes.
Right.
And that 88% of the eligible voters,
right,
they turn out.
So 88% turnout.
So you get 98% of 88%. That's over 90%, well over 90% of the votes of the people. So if she is so wonderfully supported by the people, why then the need to do this? Why don't you have just a fair election and allow everybody? Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? You know, let the ballot box sort it out. And instead of putting people in prison, killing people, shooting at young people, that's not right.
The internet has been shut down in Tanzania since election day.
Yeah.
And so it's even hard to verify what's going on, but there's reports of a lot of
of deaths and a lot of, and even prior to the election, there have been disappearances of people,
yes,
there have been killing of people, abductions, imprisonment. Why you need to do that? If you are so beloved by the country, if you're going to get over 90% of the vote, why don't you just relax and let a fair election take place instead of really smearing the whole process by blood unnecessary?
The opposition leader, Tundu Lissu, he's been charged with treason, and his party did not participate in this election.
I think this is really unfair, and I hope for the correction of action and release of prisoners, because we don't want violence in Africa. We don't want all these conflicts. There are self-inflicted wounds. Why you need that? This hurts our economy. Who will invest in our countries if we have violence and we have, loss of security and rule of law? It doesn't help us going forward.
So, the African Union congratulated her for her victory. A lot of African presidents said congratulations.
But they also note, the African Union also noted strongly the loss of lives and what happened.
Yes.
And probably the president has enough votes there. It's fine. All what we object to or we don't like actually is this violence. That is unnecessary.
Would you tell her that directly when you speak to her next?
If she willing to speak to me, of course I'll speak to her.
And what will you tell her?
I told her exactly what I said to you. I say the same things. I don't have two faces. I say it as it is, and that we always have to do that.
Dr. Mo Ibrahim, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
By the Tanzanian, you still have a long way to go. That is what I can say. I didn't have much to talk about because I don't know what I can say behind the swearing-in ceremony that happened yesterday in Dodoma, where the people of Tanzania decided to boycott that event. The crowd that was there in Dodoma in Tanzania was government people. the people who occupy public offices, but not a normal mwananchi. If they were there, but they were just 20% of them. But what they decided to boycott that event because of how people have been killed. Imagine that more than 700 people have been killed, whereby instead of Mama Samia Suluhu trying to do things that is necessary right now, of making sure that justice is done for those people, he's busy telling African president on how the foreigners are the people that were on the street protesting. Kwani how many foreigners are in Tanzania, even if there are many? They can't be those. There were thousands of people in the street, in different streets protesting. Hapana. That woman have already shows his true colors in Africa on how women leaders always behave. It is true. This was the time for Mama Samia Suluhu to release Tindi Lisu, to call for an handshake, and also to find a solution on how justice can be done to the people whom were injured, and also to the people whom were killed illegally whenever they were trying to fight for their rights as the citizen of Tanzania, but not the time to talk about nonsense. That how is the people of Tanzania going to benefit from that? Akiambia African president that those people that were on the street were not the people of Tanzania, but they were foreigners from Kenya or Zambia or Uganda. How are they going to benefit from that one? See you in the next video. I didn't have much to talk about because it is still painful about what happened to our neighboring country of Tanzania, where there have been a total shutdown of 5 to 6 days protest without non-stop because of the dictatorship under the leadership of Mama Samia Suluhu. Bye-bye.